Good afternoon. Welcome to Made by Jan Art. It's Anna here, and it's a nice Friday. The sun was out this morning, but not anymore. And I have the urge to sit down and craft on my Christmas journals, and I thought I would take you guys with me because I really enjoy having someone to talk to while I craft. So I have my coffee with lots of milk. I'm gonna get a sip. Love my coffee. And I have my Christmas journals and lots of stuff. So I am currently working on 2 Christmas journals. One I have shown you a little bit of, and the other one is this. So I have taken a cover that was in pieces. It was in pieces, and I have put down some decoration on the front. This is genuine vintage cabinet card from Ängelholm in Sweden, and a lovely lady in her winter coat and a, what's that called, muff, and a fur hat. And behind her there's a bit of tulle. This is vintage, and also an old, really grungy envelope. And as you can see, it has been snowing on this journal. I got a feeling and made some snow. And the back is so far untouched. I'm gonna put some labels on, but I had to make a new spine. And I think I got a bit carried away. Can you see the size of this? It's huge. And I kind of made it to fit these poinsettias on the lace. And yeah. It's a big one, and I am currently working on filling it. I might have to put in some more signatures. I only have 13 so far, and it's not finished. I'm working on finding the right papers for it. But yeah, this is one of the books I'm working on, and I just wanted to show you guys a bit. I'm really pleased with how this cover turned out. I am happy to be using all my vintage stuff. So I'm gonna put this to the side for now and instead get this one out. As you know, I have been working on this, and it's a nice size, and it is, I love the gilding around it. It makes it a bit more Christmassy. It has the same embossing on the back, but no gilding here. And then the spine, I have put a little label here over the title of the book, because this book was about, or is about, Carolina, and that was an army in Sweden, and it's a bit about the army and war and the poverty of the time and King Charles XII of Sweden, and not a very Christmassy theme, even though I think the book looks quite Christmassy. So these end papers will soon be long gone. I have reinforced the spine of that book. It was in really good condition. And here are the signatures. And I want to work on these with you today. So this is the original first page. It was cracking a bit down here, so I mended it with some of my fall cellophane tape. The book was published in 1914, and I want to do something with this first page. I'm not very happy with the title, and this has nothing to do with my Christmas book. I'm not going to use very many signatures from the book, even though the paper is in quite good condition, because who wants to have a Christmas book that is about war and disease and death? And nah, I don't think so. So I have this. This is vintage. It's from 1958. And I was kind of in the mood of putting it here as the first page, but I'm not sure. I haven't decided yet. I might do that. It's really nice with the golden embossing down there and the muted colors a bit. I don't know. That's an option. I don't know. But let's just start. I have put in some things that I want to add to the journal. I have tuck spot, flip outs, all kind of fun stuff. I'm just gonna get a glue page out, and this one is not in, well, we can use it for a bit, and then it goes into the wastebasket. Yeah, so let's just start by seeing what I wanted to do. I have used all my tea dye paper where I have used the plastic lace. That turned out quite okay. But yeah, so this is the tuck spot that I made. I have used one of the Tim Holtz large collage strips, and I have added some extra Tim Holtz stuff to it, and I have done a bit of sewing. I have added it to a piece of tea-dyed paper, put a little tab here, and this will be a side tuck, I think, because this is one of course, from the original text block, and I am not, I like that one, and I don't know. On the back of it, I have covered the text entirely with some tea-dyed lined paper and a small poinsettia down there, so for more journaling space. And I think if I do this, it will be a bit more fun, right? And I am probably going to put some twine up there eventually. And I might even do something to that tab. I'm not sure. Let's see where I want it. Not all the way out. Something like this. And I just realized that I had to stand up and see that I am in frame. Yes, I am. Somewhat, at least. Yeah. So, as I said, it's Friday. It's been a long week. With my migraine is gone. If you were here for my use it or lose it on Wednesday, you know that I had a bad migraine and headaches at the beginning of the week, but now it's gone. So I'm quite pleased with that. It's cute. Yeah. Let's see what I want to do next. I'm going to put these to the side. Was it something I wanted to do in this one? I have added pieces out of, you know, the reproduction of old catalogs and so on, Christmas gift ideas. This is thinner scrapbooking paper that I got. I thought I had something here. Yeah. So this image, I used one of my dies. It's one of the vintage, you know, books about art, and I wanted to add this picture of Mary and the child Jesus, baby Jesus, to this page. And before I do that, I think I want to add some gilding paste, gilding wax, that's what it's called, around this image, so that it melts in a bit better on this side. So I'm gonna grab my gilding wax. Just give me a second. There we go. This is vintage gold gilding wax from Kusa Craft. And I am going to, oh, it smells lovely. It smells like oranges. If you haven't got gilding wax at home, or if you do, you will know what I say when I say it smells like oranges. So I'm just gonna rub that gently onto that edge so that the edge is golden. So how are you all doing? I hope you are doing well. I am doing well today and I am so happy about it. Can't remember the last time I didn't have a headache. It's such a relief. And it might still come today, but I have at least had half the day without a headache, and that is amazing, if you ask me. Yeah, so I am so happy to be in my craft room without a headache and doing some crafting on my Christmas journals. I just watched Kate from Pixie K Designs. She was working, the video where what I watched, she was working on one of hers, and I got so inspired. And she makes really nice stuff, and she is mixing printables with vintage ephemera and all kind of stuff, and I think it's so nice to do that, have that mixture, you know. I hope this really sticks now. Could use my finger though, but I don't know. I don't use printables because I don't have a printer, and because I see it as a challenge to myself to use ephemera from books instead. I have some printables actually, mostly labels that I purchased before my printer broke, and I have some of them still printed in my little in a little stamp album. I have cut them out and I have keep my labels in the stamp album. And I think I have some Christmas printables somewhere in my old computer, but I have no way of printing them out unless I ask my husband to maybe print them at work. But I find it's part of the journey, you know, part of the experience to sit and flip through books and find the right stuff and make it unique. Of course, I can buy the same book 10 times and use the same picture every year, but the probability that I will buy the same book 10 times and use it every year is not very big. And of course, the same image could be in several books. I have a few that I know I have used before, but I found them again. Those are my favorites. Well, I think I managed to get Gilding Wax all over the edge. I'm just going to put the lid on. And see if I can tap it in a bit more. As you can see, it's really, the color is really, not the color, the Gilding Wax. If you get it somewhere, it spreads. So I'm gonna try to get this up and see. I don't know if you can see that I put some Gilding Wax on. The white still shines through, but there is Gilding Wax there. And the white isn't as gleaming anymore. So I am going to clean the pencil a little bit. And and move it to the side and move the gilding wax to the side. Fold this so that I don't accidentally get gilding wax on something else. And then I'm going to glue this down on here. So I am going to flip it over, and I think I want to use glue stick in the middle. Oh, this is Tombow Mono Glue Stick Professional, and this is my favorite go-to glue stick. It has a nice stickiness without getting too, you know, gooey. The glue stick has a tendency to be. Then I'm gonna use my Art Glitter glue around the edges. Like so. And let's see if we can plop this down somehow. There we go. Move the glue to the side, and I'm gonna press it down. I think I'm going to try to even it out a bit with my little scraper. And then I'm going to use my favorite towel to just press around the edges so that I don't get the gilding wax everywhere. Just in case it hasn't dried. And I could always go in with more gilding wax if I like. I should have had one of those pens, gold pens. Do I have one of those? I have to check. Of course I did. I could have used my gold color pen, but well, I didn't. Now we had the time to have a little chat, and I'm really happy how that turned out. Christmassy and nice. Let's go to this one, and I can see already that I have something I want to do. Here's another page from the original text block. On the back I have once again covered the text with some vintage writing paper, because I want to, I don't want the text. See if there's, and here's another page that I want to cover somehow, and one here. So I'm not sure if I'm going to cover every single page with writing paper, or if I'm going to use onion skin paper or collage, you know, the Tim Holtz collage papers, Christmas, or I have several options, or maybe just put a picture over it. I haven't decided, but here I've already started. So and here is an envelope. I know it is quite bright white, and it's not very vintage either. I think this is quite new, but I am Christmas journals is one kind of journal where I do not mind it being white, and I want to do a little extra here. This is an image from a Swedish children's book by Elsa Beskow. I'm not sure if it's translated to English, but I believe Tant Brun, Tant Grön, Tant Lin och Farbror Blå. Aunt Brown, Aunt Purple, Aunt Green, and Uncle Blue. And the kids are Pelle and someone, and the dog has a name, Rufus, I think. But I think this wintry image is quite cute, and I love the man in the damasks skiing downhill. So I want to use this, and I'm going to put it here on this side of the envelope, and I'm going to make this into a double pocket, because as you can see, of course, this is a pocket, but I want to make it a pocket on the other side as well. So I am going to start by putting some washi tape on here, because I don't want this to be sticky. This is going to be a tuck spot, and I think I want to decorate here as well. So question is, maybe, just maybe, I could use the Tim Holtz fabric tape, or maybe not. Or maybe I can use some paper instead. How about that? Just flipping through, seeing what I can find. I can use this Christmas paper and just fold it over. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna start by gluing this onto here. Fun stuff. I'm just improvising, if you wonder. I had an idea, obviously, since I clipped it all together, but now I am improvising, because why not? And I'm going to put that along the edge there. And I am going to, and I don't mind that this is thinner. I'm going to fold this double. I don't mind that this is bigger, because why should I? The tuck spot will be bigger. It's not worse than that. Oops. So I'm going to simply fold it. And I am going to cut it. There we go. Now I want to make a little notch here, because this is quite tight, this fold here, and I want it to be easier to get the things in and out of the pocket. I'm just thinking maybe I should cut it a bit. Should I try to cut this, even though it's closed? Should I? Or maybe I even can tear it a bit. Let's, now I'm really, you know, just improvising. That works, right? Kind of. Or not. Well, and then I'm gonna try to put a notch in the center as well. Not very big notch. I still want to be, no, that didn't fit anymore. I have to cut it a bit. I'm just thinking, if you wonder why it's all of a sudden quite quiet, I am going to, how am I going to save this? I'm going to buy myself some time and ink it a little bit on this side. that. I'm not gonna ignore that I have a thumb notch there, and I'm going to get my pencil, whatever that turned out, there it is, and I'm gonna mark how much I'm gonna have to cut off here. And getting my cutting board, and see if I can cut a bit off. That works. That works. Now I'm going to make a notch in this one. For sure. Because otherwise, how will you know that it is a tuck spot? Right? An envelope is quite obvious, but now let's glue it down. Whew, that was a close one. So the past few days when I haven't been feeling well, I have been mostly lying down, and I have been listening to audiobooks. It's actually something that works for me when I have a headache. I cannot read and I cannot look at TV and so on, but I can listen to audiobooks, and that is a blessing because I get bored so easily. Now we're talking. And let's see that I didn't glue that one down. I just remembered that I had a little notch here on this side. But that's not good, bad. So the idea is that this will go here. That will be a tuck spot. I might decorate this even further with some Tim Holtz ephemera or something. And then you flip it over. This one flips out. You have a tuck spot here and you have a tuck spot there. Cute. So I am going to glue it down on 3 sides. I'm also happy that I managed to use one of my scrap papers. There we go. And that still flips out really nice. Don't forget to put the pin in the glue. There we go. 1 and 2 and 3. Nice. I love that. That turned out really nice. And as I said, I have to do something here and here. I'm not sure what yet. Let me check the time. Oh, we can go for 10 more minutes, I think. Did I have something planned here? No, maybe I didn't. Maybe I don't have anything planned here as well. Maybe I don't have anything else planned. Then I have to improvise. Here I have covered the text from the original text block with a piece of Tim Holtz collage paper. This is from this year's collection. And on this side I have covered it with some piano roll paper too, so you can journal on top of it. So that's one way to go. But once again, here I have a page that I don't want. I love this one with a pine tree up there. So I might do some, and this is The Prisoners of Tobolsk. How fun is that in a Christmas journal? But I wanted the what's it called? Illustrations. Thank you. I can hear you shouting at me. Right. And here I need to do something as well, and here and there. Perfect. Let's do some decoration. Maybe adding some stuff. And these pages will later go into the what's it called? Book press. I have such a hard time finding the words lately. I don't understand why, but didn't I have? That's right. So I want to add this flip. We made this in a video a while back. I covered the back with some piano roll, and then I punched the edge of the paper. And I think I want to ink this a little bit so that it shows a bit more. And I think I want to use, do I dare to use green? Maybe I do. Do I dare to use wilderness? Rustic wilderness. How about it? Let's get a clean and new makeup brush. This is now green. I hope it's clean. Yes, it is. Let's try. Here it goes. I always use brown. Different kind of browns. I use the antique linen as well, but yeah, the twigs and the vintage photo and the scorched timber. That's cool. Yes, Christmas is coming. Let's do it. And question is, should I add something underneath here as well? Maybe I should. Let's add something fun. This is cool. This is a piece of very vintage scrap, and it's been glued onto a piece of paper. I bought, they called it Victorian scraps, and it was bunches of stuff, and most of them were poetry. Like this one, for instance, I believe it's in German. Someone has written poetry and then glued it a very tiny piece of Victorian scrap. Here is a bit larger. This girl is throwing snowballs, and this one is double layered and a poetry on the back. Also in German. And then it says boy, girl. So sometimes it's some English in here as well. But this was in the same batch of stuff. And it says Frohes Fest, which means, I believe it's like Merry Christmas. Frohe Weihnacht. And I'm thinking, I don't want to take it off because someone glued it down a long time ago. But I was thinking that I either might use it as a, like fold it and tuck it in something. But here is another option, that is to actually just cover that page with it. And then put this here. Or I save that one for something else, but I want to use it somewhere. because I have been hoarding it. Now I'm just flipping through my pile of papers and see if I can find something quite, that's one we could use. I believe this is from an old notebook, maybe. Let's just cut it down a little bit. Or tear it with my ruler. How about that? Or before I do that, I can glue this one down so that I don't have to worry about it getting stuck anymore. And press. And I'm using my paper towel to press it down. Quite like that green, it was fun. And then the holly is, I'm gonna put some kind of tab there later. And now we are moving on to this side. So I am going to tear the paper a little bit. Doesn't have to be so long. And I am going to use, once again, the glue stick, and I might go in with the art glitter glue around the edges if it lifts. But it isn't always that it lifts. Sometimes it's actually quite a good adhesion, even without the art glitter glue. Whoops, that almost came to a... Let's see. Yes, that works. So now we have some space to journal instead of that horrible text. And when we flips over, we have the flip out, and we have to do something here as well. But I think I love that. I wonder how this paper takes watercolor, because I am a bit tempted to go in with my watercolor pens or pencils to color that in. I might do that. Off camera, or I can test off camera if the paper holds watercolor, and then we can do it together maybe. So I am quite pleased with the progress we made today. We have a little tab there. This one is getting chunky as well. I have some other things I want to add. As I said, this one I want to add somewhere. I might want to add these two as well, but they will probably go into pockets. Then I have some what's it called? Invoices and some other stuff. Here I have a piece of ledger that I think I want to add. Yeah. I have to continue to work on this a bit later. Anyway, thank you all so much for being with me today. It's been really nice to have someone to talk to while crafting in my Christmas journals. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. It helps the YouTube to share it with others, and helps the channel. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. It's up to you, but it helps. Share the video if you like, and hit the notification bell. Anyway, that's it for today. I will be back soon, hopefully with more crafting on my Christmas journals. Let me know down below what you think so far. Am I on the right track? Thank you all for being with me. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye.